Delusions of grandeur, 7 signs someone is living in a fantasy. Ever met someone who thinks they're a genius, a chosen one, or secretly destined for greatness, but their life says otherwise? What if I told you this could be more than just confidence? It could be delusions of grandeur. Let's break down the 7 shocking signs. Delusions of grandeur aren't just about arrogance. They're a distorted belief system where someone sees themselves as far more powerful, talented, or important than they really are, despite all evidence to the contrary. It can be linked to mental health conditions like narcissistic personality disorder, bipolar disorder, or even schizophrenia. But how can you tell when someone has crossed the line from confidence into full-blown delusion? Let's dive into the signs. Sign number 1, they believe they have a special, undeniable destiny. Some people dream big, but someone with delusions of grandeur isn't just ambitious, they truly believe they are uniquely chosen for greatness, even if they've done nothing to prove it. They might say things like, "I was born to change the world. The universe has a special plan for me. People don't recognize my genius yet, but they will." What makes this different from healthy self-belief? A person with grandiose delusions ignores reality. They may have no skills, no work ethic, no accomplishments, but still insist their future success is inevitable. Sign number 2, they think they have hidden knowledge or powers. They might claim to have special access to information no one else does. Some common examples: I can see the future. I have a deeper understanding than scientists, experts, or even world leaders. I can heal people with my energy. While intuition is real, these individuals take it to an extreme, rejecting evidence and logic while insisting they have mystical or intellectual superiority. If questioned, they often become defensive or dismissive, saying, "You just don't understand my brilliance." Sign number 3, they overestimate their abilities by a lot. Confidence is knowing your strengths. Delusions of grandeur, that's when someone believes they can do anything without proof or experience. Someone who's never studied finance suddenly calls themselves a financial genius. A person with no athletic training insists they could beat professionals. They claim to be an undiscovered musical prodigy but have never learned an instrument. The key difference between ambition and delusion: the refusal to acknowledge limitations or accept constructive criticism. Sign number 4, they see themselves as above the rules. People with grandiose delusions often believe they are special, meaning rules don't apply to them. They might ignore laws, assuming they won't face consequences, walk into VIP areas without an invitation because they belong there, refuse to follow social norms because they see themselves as too important for them. This can lead to reckless behavior because in their mind, they're untouchable. Sign number 5, they demand constant admiration and validation. They thrive on attention and admiration, but it's never enough. They might brag excessively, get angry if people don't recognize their greatness, fish for compliments, and get defensive when questioned. If people stop feeding their ego, they might lash out, cut ties, or accuse others of being jealous. Sign number 6, they create elaborate lies about themselves. When reality doesn't match their grandiose self-image, they make things up. They claim to have met famous people they've never seen. They exaggerate past achievements. They rewrite history to make themselves the hero of every story. And when confronted with the truth, they double down, gaslight, or accuse others of trying to bring them down. Sign number 7, they react poorly to criticism or failure. A person with delusions of grandeur cannot handle being wrong. When faced with failure or criticism, they often blame others. "People are just too stupid to see my greatness." Get angry or aggressive. Retreat into a fantasy world where they remain the hero. Rather than learning and growing, they see any challenge to their belief as an attack. So have you ever met someone who fits these signs? Or maybe you've even caught yourself slipping into grandiose thinking? Awareness is key. True greatness isn't built on delusions, it's built on effort, learning, and humility. But now comes the real challenge. What do you do if someone in your life is suffering from delusions of grandeur? How to talk to someone with delusions of grandeur? Dealing with someone who has grandiose delusions is tricky. You can't just argue with them or force them to see reality. That often backfires. Instead, try these approaches. 1. Stay calm and non-confrontational. Don't say, "You're crazy, that's ridiculous." Do say, "That's interesting. Can you tell me more about that? Why? A person with grandiose delusions sees themselves as superior, so if you dismiss them outright, they may shut you out completely. Instead, listen without agreeing or reinforcing the delusion. 2. Ask gentle, open-ended questions. How did you come to that conclusion? What evidence do you have for that belief? Has anyone else ever questioned this idea? This helps them reflect without feeling attacked. Sometimes asking the right questions can plant a seed of doubt without triggering their defensiveness. 3. Don't argue, but set gentle boundaries. If their delusions are affecting you or others, you don't have to play along. For example, if they insist they are famous and demand special treatment, you can say, "I understand that's how you feel, but in this situation, we have to follow the same rules as everyone else." You're acknowledging their feelings without validating their delusion. 4. Encourage professional help, but be strategic. Telling someone outright, "You need therapy," may make them defensive. Instead, try, "I've noticed you've been really stressed about this. Have you ever talked to someone about it? I think a specialist might actually be interested in hearing about your experiences. Would you be open to talking to one?" If their delusions are severe, especially if they put themselves or others in danger, contact a mental health professional or encourage their loved ones to step in. 5. If they become aggressive, step back. Sometimes challenging their beliefs, even gently, can make them angry. If they become defensive or aggressive, don't push them. Don't take it personally. Give them space and try again later. Some cases of delusions are linked to serious mental health conditions like bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, or narcissistic personality disorder. If you suspect this, professional intervention is the best course of action. How to truly help: the key is compassion without enabling. You don't have to agree with their fantasies, but you can listen, set boundaries, and encourage help. If you found this video helpful, share it with someone who might need it. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me for the next one. Until then, stay aware, stay kind, and take care.